price is a very simple psychological price level. However, you can trade so many different strategies that are technical around that particular area. Not only can you incorporate the gap up or gap down strategies, but also the concept of first green day or the first red day, or the red to green or the green to red moves in your trading plans. So make sure you're always aware of where the previous day's closing price is for any of the stocks that you're trading, whether that's on the long side or the short side. Okay, before we move on to the next technical trading concept, I want to remind you that you can sign up for my free weekend watch list every single week. I send out trade ideas for day trading and swing trading on an email every Sunday. You can sign up for them for free down below. Let's move on to our third technical analysis concept and trading setup, which is identifying intraday trend join opportunities. Spotting and joining the trend has been my personal favorite trading setup this year. And that's because the market has just been going up and up every single day this year. So why limit your profit upside, right? So I have two trading setups that are essentially built on trend trading, namely the trend join long and trend join short. So what exactly is a trend? Let me jump straight into the golden tip and keep things simple for you. So the easiest and the fastest way to identify a trend is to zoom out on your chart, whether it's intraday or daily, and see if the price is clearly trending or moving up like a ladder, taking one step up at a time. Remember the concept we talked about earlier? So you can see here, let's take a look at the daily charts for Apple. You can draw a trend line, sure, a lot of people do that, but the simplest way to see is whether you see higher highs and higher lows on the daily. You can see over here on Apple stock, the previous day's all-time high was around 198 over here. And ever since leading up to the all-time high test, you can see the stock gapped up and sold off, but it kept holding the lows. The low of the day on each day is higher and higher. Even after it broke down, it reclaimed. You can see it keeps on making new higher highs, and then boom, breakout above previous high, all-time highs. And then the stock is keeping up. You can see the low on this candle is a lot higher than the all-time highs, and the stock just keeps on making new highs every single day. So this is a very clear uptrend because once again, higher highs, higher lows. So now that you understand the daily charts, let's take a look at intraday charts. So my two favorite days to trade the trend join long setup will be if the stock is breaking above all-time highs or previous 52-week highs. So my favorite days will be to trade on the first day and the second day. So if you zoom in to the intraday chart, you can see that on the 5-minute, the stock is barely pulling back. This is how you know a trend is strong. Is that it doesn't even pull back to VWAP, right? This blue line here is VWAP, volume weighted average price. A lot of times it acts as the intraday support, where if the stock breaks out and pull back, that will be the area for entry. Now, how I personally know when a trend on a particular stock is very strong is that it's very difficult to find an entry. That's how you know it's strong, because you can see it never pull back. So if you're waiting on the 5-minute, waiting for a pullback, unless you join these tiny little pullbacks, you never get to join near VWAP. Okay, so that's how I know a trend is strong. But don't worry, later on in the fourth part of this video, I'll talk about how I use an indicator to help me get into an entry on these stocks that just don't pull back and you don't want to chase. But essentially, an entry on the long side is triggered when the stock on these kind of strong trending charts like this, when the stock is breaking above the